And we are here for the pregame show for Memory Jogger.
Pregame.
We are apologizing in a way because we are starting this, I think, 2 days after recording our basically part 2, the broadcasting career. So we don't have I don't think we have any conversations, any comments or anything on that. But, let's just say my family's out of town. And for this specific podcast, we are going through our memory boxes. So I get to make a mess for a little bit. We're taking advantage of that, at least on my end. I don't know about Jason's end.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of boxes, and we'll see how far we get into these tonight. We were talking kind of off air that we'll try to keep it to an hour. If we go an hour or so, then whatever we got left over, we'll do part 2 or even part 3 down the road. We'll keep it in our back pocket in case we need a topic, down the road or something.
Yeah, I already have a very minute part 3 for our broadcasting discussion.
Okay.
Completely spaced it last night, or 2 nights ago rather. Nothing major. It was on the. I had actually made a picture of the sat room again, a little bit more developed, and I put the San Diego chicken on the rack. So
Nice.
That's the only thing I missed from our chat. But that was in essence because we talked about, if you recall or haven't listened, basically it scared the bejesus out of me. One night I went to go change the satellite chip, and like we said, that's our time card. Little mailbox for our checks and so forth. So we walked in. There's a freaking suit, and you don't expect it at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, or whatever it was to change the chip. You're like, oh, okay, that's a chicken suit. So I did that just for fun.
Yeah, I remember it being in there a couple times, and I don't remember it necessarily startling me, but I knew it was in there. So. And I was usually in there during the day too, and getting the newspaper or something in there. So
Yep.
It wasn't a surprise, even though we didn't usually keep the lights on in there. But.
I just remembered one gag that I did.
Oh yeah.
I'm so surprised we never got written up. Of course, I don't know who listens to WCPA at freaking 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I actually would pass out for a couple hours. I'd take a nap. I get the stack of newspapers that were in that room, and that was my pillow. So about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd set my watch alarm so it would go off at like the top of the hour. It never went off, or I slept through it, one or two. About 4 o'clock, I'd wake up. Oh, I missed 2 IDs. Holy crap! Well, oops.
Yeah. We did have to have license. Like actual physical FCC license cards, and I can't remember if it cost us anything or something at the beginning.
It cost us $40 that got taken out of our paycheck, like $10 a check.
Was it? Okay.
I still have that card.
So, I'm sure you do. We might see it tonight, but that was just one of the things they did technically police, the radio stations, but. I don't know what do you get a fine or something for missing an ID at the top of the hour or whatever. But
well, anyway. I don't know why. It's not in my memorabilia box. It's actually in wherever I put it, my safe.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pristine. Like, they don't even need a license anymore, but I still have it.
Cool. All right. Well, you ready to dive in?
We are ready to start. Oh, wrong show. Sorry, I like to do that gag every now and then.
Yes, you do. All right, I've got I don't know. We'll just I got a couple icebreakers I'll throw out there, but
we're winging it tonight.
Yeah, we're just going to kind of wing it.
It's quite literally. Oh, look at
that! All right, here we go. Welcome back to Memory Jogger on the Rediscover the 80s podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening as we try once again to jog our memories and run down our dreams from our childhood in the 80s and our high school years in the early 90s. This is your friendly memory hoarder, Jason, and I'm joined as always on Memory Jogger by my stockpiling pal, Wyatt. How are you, sir?
That is very appropriate, at least for me. I just told Jason off air. I said I'd like to. We'll get how far we get. We're trying to keep this to about an hour.
Right.
And I could not get to another box that I had up in my shed because I'm basically hoarding junk up there. I still have all my old Tonkas that are in like 4 or 5 bins. My old box of Transformers / G.I. Joe and whatever else. There's so much up there.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a yard sale because I know I'd lowball myself. So I want to do, okay, eBay. Here's an eBay yard sale. Come on, give me some money out of it.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm finally getting to a point where I'm going to be able to display some stuff in my little cabinet, but that's still only, I don't know how many cubic feet of space when I've got, triple that and a dresser of collectibles. But anyway, we are up to episode 15 of Memory Jogger, and we are ready to open up Pandora's box, literally, and what we're calling our memory boxes, our little trinkets and little pieces of memories along the way that we've kept over the years. And like Wyatt was saying, he's got several boxes. I've got a couple here, and we're going to try to keep this show to about an hour, and we're just going to literally pull stuff out and see what we can find in there to show off to each other, and to you, the watcher on YouTube, and to you, the listener, you'll just have to, picture in your mind what this thing is.
We'll describe as best we can, especially
right.
At least I will with but yeah, you're gonna have to go to YouTube. I think we're plugging YouTube more and more now because we just.
Yeah. Well, since we started using the Skype too, and we have the kind of side-by-side action now, and still working on the audio and how we can better record ourselves and still get some quality video up there on YouTube when we do these episodes. But we'll figure that out as we go along. But anyway, yes, we're going to dive in. But first, like you said, we are recording in the pre-show, you said. We're recording this pretty close to our last episodes. We don't have any feedback tonight, but I did come up with a couple icebreakers for you. I was in Target this past weekend, and have you seen the Oreos and how they are coming up with just some crazy, crazy flavors?
I've seen quite a number. I still go to the commissary, being retired military now. I can actually be retired. Every time you walk in the front door of the breezeway, the way it goes is like a kind of a zigzag style. The first set of doors open, all the Oreos are right there, and it's all the flavors. It's not the vanilla or the standard chocolate vanilla. It's the other makes. So you get the pumpkin and some other funky flavors. I did not know about your flavor until I saw it on Facebook. But,
yeah, and I had no idea either. I knew they were doing some crazy stuff. They did the mystery flavor last year, which I think was like Fruity Pebbles.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, I missed that one.
And then, I saw the Halloween stuff is out, so we got the orange ones, and there was some other crazy ones. There was one like an orange creamsicle or orange.
Orange creamsicle. That's the one I saw.
I think that's what it was.
Yep.
And then those strawberry like ice cream bars that had like crumbled around it, and there's that flavor. And then the one that I found was like an instant buy was cherry cola, and in the actual Oreo themselves is little bits of like Pop Rocks candy.
Oh, so really?
Yes. So I got. It's cherry cola flavored Oreos with Pop Rocks inside.
Awesome.
So, oh my gosh, these things are awesome. And I've been shoving them like in the back of the pantry so the kids won't find them. I don't know if you ever do that. You get your little treats and snacks. You want to try to save.
I don't mind sharing whatever, but like, we're finding out my son might, it's like 99.9% sure he has celiac disease. So we're going to go through a diet change pretty soon. I think all of us. Julie wants to do clean house for all of us. It's not fair for him to whatever.
Right.
But I'm a cereal nut. Ever since I've been a little Saturday morning cartoon dude, cereal's like been my bread and butter. And I've been on I guess since the last couple of weeks I've been on a kick, missing the old honeycomb.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've been picking up a box and I'll snacking that in the car on the way to work.
I do that sometimes too at night. I'll grab a box of cereal and snack on it.
Yeah.
More than just, me and lactose don't do very well. I can eat like a bowl of cereal and not bother me too much, but I would just prefer snacking on it. So yeah, I'll get the kids' cereals out and darn those like unicorn Lucky Charms, because Gigi will just beg and beg and beg now. I don't know, she's got this unicorn fix, and so she's going after those. And I've been looking for the monster cereals. I haven't seen those out there yet. But
I hope I don't get killed by PETA by saying this, but it was funny at the time. You said Pop Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait till you swallow so you don't spit it.
So I don't do a spit take.
So
that might be good YouTube television there.
When was this? It had to have been about 98, 99 ballpark. Anyway, I was introduced to Pop Rocks then.
Mm-hmm.
Hadn't had it before. I'm like, this is wicked stuff. Cat walks in.
Oh no!
Oh, I get the wild idea. I wonder how the cat would like this. And I shoved a couple in his mouth. All over. That's all that cat knew.
Oh, cat and Pop Rocks. I remember back in the day there was like an urban legend that Mikey from the Life cereal commercials like drank Pepsi and Pop Rocks and died or something. I don't know. There was just some weird thing.
Urban legend, yeah.
So of course, everybody would try it then. You shove the Pop Rocks in, you drink your soda, and nothing happened. Okay, I'm still alive. It was just a hoax or whatever.
Evil.
Oh, I love the Pop Rocks. Riding the bike down to the candy store. That was one of my go-tos.
Yeah. The
Pop Rocks. All right. Well, that's one of the icebreakers. The other one was one of my favorite like punch 'em games, other than Double Dragon back in the day, was Streets of Rage, and this one was mainly a Genesis game, if I remember. And they did like 2 or 3. Well, let's see. I think they did 3 games. Up until because the headline is they're coming out with Streets of Rage 4 when their last game was in the series was actually back in I think 1991 or 92 or something. So all these years later they're making another one, and I'm assuming it's going to be like on the normal consoles and stuff. I don't know if it might be an app or something, but I saw the trailer just today and I was like in awe, because it's all of the characters from the original video game, and there's just like these new kind of modern animations for them, and they still have the same type of moves and stuff. But did you play Streets of Rage at all back in the day?
Maybe like at the arcade, playing arcade. I don't think I played it much at all. I vaguely remember playing it, but I must have been like at the Du Bois Mall or some video game up there.
I was trying to think if it was an arcade game or if it was just a game for Sega Genesis. But there were so many of those.
I got to turn my light back on.
Okay. Be on a timer.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Took the time to get up to see if I could find my little FCC license thing too.
But there was a lot of those games back in the day that were just kind of that Double Dragon style where you're just out punching and kicking and jumping and, trying to save your girlfriend or save the world, whatever. It was crazy. I can't remember what
what was the name of it?
It was called Streets of Rage. I remember the first game you battled this like boss at the end that had a machine gun. And then there was some like animations at the end of, I think you saving the girl or something, but I don't know. They all had that same kind of plot. But I was pretty pumped that that they were going to do a sequel like 20 some odd years later.
It was an arcade.
Okay.
I see an image here.
It was funny, like
but I remember playing this vaguely, but I remember seeing it.
Well, I remember, I think it's in the number 2 sequel, the blonde-haired guy that you could get, he did this move where he would, like, squat down and run his fist along the ground, and it would, like, flame up, and then you could, like, do this huge uppercut. And it sounded like he would say, "Grab the pop!" I don't know what he actually said, but it was always like, "Grab the pop, grab the pop," and I always played that character. But anyway, I thought that was interesting today. But you got anything as far as an icebreaker goes, or do you want to just go ahead and dive in?
Sort of an icebreaker. I'm thumbing through Airwolf posts. I'm a big Airwolf fan, and I follow a lot of guys with Airwolf. One of them, someone came across just before Ernest Borgnine passed away. Mm-hmm. He went to basically, I don't think it was a Comic-Con, but essentially the same style, mm-hmm. and out in California. And a guy, one of the podcasters, had a chance to interview him, and it was just kind of cool. He's 93 years old. He went to this convention, and
wow.
The guy's it was a real quick, maybe 1 minute blurb of Airwolf, and the guy just straight out, "How'd you get the job?" And he says, "Well, just someone handed me, wanted to hire me, and I said sure, and the money was right. And next thing I know, I'm on Airwolf. That was it. It was real simple, but it was pretty cool to see him. I'm actually, because I actually get the TV now, I'm up here watching reruns of Airwolf as I do whatever I'm doing. So it's fun to watch it. That's all cool. I had.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's fun to get little insights like that into how they get the parts, and if they had somebody else in mind before they actually hired the person, or they went straight away like that and wanted
they had
the show.
Well, what's the dude's name? Shoot, what's the guy that played on CSI? No, NCIS.
The main guy?
Yeah. He was
Mark,
originally... Yeah, Mark. Dude.
Yeah, Mark.
He was originally cast to be Stringfellow Hawk.
Oh, really?
One of the last few toss-ups, they chose
Mark Harmon.
Jan Michael.
Mark Harmon.
Yeah, Mark Harmon. They chose Jan Michael, and there's debates, and I don't like getting into debates because there's still people that really mar Jan Michael Vincent. He's had enough of what he's done is enough of a scar for him. Yeah. But there's a lot of that was one of the things I found out. There's a lot of things I'm following. Like some of these people are now posting the pictures of what they did before they went on screen. So like recording everything. So you see the cast, you see the two, like there's two fake Airwolves that they show like one's a remote control that blew up on the pilot, that blew up Red Star Control or whatever, and it's the remote control dude just hanging there, and it's a little tiny plastic model on the ground. It was really cool to see all that. It's really fascinating. So, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So let's dive into our memory boxes.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we actually dive into the boxes, I wanted to show you the actual box that I have. I'm sure you don't recognize it, but it was one you actually sent to me. There's my my P.O. box for Tacoma Falls College.
Oh, nice.
And this is, I don't know if this was you or not, but there's like puffy stickers on the top that say like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
That wasn't me.
I don't know where those came from, but
yeah, I don't know where that came from.
I don't know why I kept that box. Maybe it was the size or something, but I have a box from a care package you sent me in college.
Nice. Pretty cool.
So, what do you mainly have in your box? Is it you got photos in there? You got little trinkets? You got a little bit of everything?
It's mostly everything, but I'll say photos are probably the dominant thing. I'll show you my box. I'm going to have to move my box, and as you see, it's the old Rubbermaid bin.
Okay.
That's what I got, and then I got a little box right here that behind it.
Gotcha.
So that box has been toted with me since I left Clearfield back in 95. August 95 is when I came home for my 2 or whatever weeks leave before I actually went to my first duty assignment out in Illinois. And packed up my 94 Dodge Dakota and this box, and it's been tugged around ever since. It's really lasted. I think I had to replace the lid. And that was it out of this whole box.
Yeah, most of mine have always been like just cardboard boxes, except I have a trunk that was given to me by my great aunt, and it's a little worse for wear. It like spilled paint on top of it. I usually keep it out in the garage, and it's just gotten not been kept up. But luckily, the stuff inside has weathered the storm on the outside.
Right. Nice.
But I still have that trunk, and that was in my bedroom in high school too. I think that's about when she gave it to me. So
I guess I'm just going to dive in. One of the things I have here, I came up with an idea. Haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if they're holding on to. I had kind of a patent idea.
Oh yeah.
So I did the whole, how they get you on the radio ad. That's where I learned it from, was a radio ad. And I thought, well, maybe I can just see how this works out. Well, I had to pay like $100 or something. I think it's here, but I had to pay like $100 or something just to do market research and to see if there was another product like it. So the whole idea was, do you remember the Mentadent toothpaste where it had 2 tubes inside? And you got it wasn't Aquafresh. It looked like a soap dispenser, except you pushed this whole big plunger down, and it came out. There was 2 things that came out. 2 whatever pastes came in. So I had the same kind of concept for ketchup and mustard dispenser. Instead of always having a ketchup bottle and a mustard bottle,
Makes sense.
Have 2 in 1, and it's the old, the squirt ones that you see on usually you see them on movies. Don't really see them much in like diners, maybe.
Yeah.
Those squeezers. That was my concept. It was in that thing. So you squeeze it, you get, ketchup and mustard out the same tube.
Yeah, gotcha.
So that was my concept, and they baited me. It's like $100 to do the market. Okay, paid $100. Okay, it's going to be $400 to do a patent search. I said, no thanks.
Gosh.
Because then I said, okay, after the $400, what's it going to cost me then? He goes, well, then you'll probably end up having to take out a loan. The guy already told me to take out a loan to go get the manufacturing or, contract, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm done. But sir, but I said, you're not going to take any more than the 100 I gave you. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that's where it ended.
Yikes.
What you got now on yours?
Well, mainly, I'm going to get these pictures out of the way because I still have a ton of these, when you go to get your actual film developed, at Walmart or the local store or the Rite Aid pharmacy. So I got a bunch of those in there, but I have
this, and then this whole box This whole big box is nothing but packets and packets of
Gotcha.
photos.
I do have in one of these photo bags is all of my Boy Scout stuff, my badges from when I was a Boy Scout. So I've got my little, I think this was on the scarf. You put it on the scarf. And then this was all the little badges you put on your, whatever you call it, to go across. And this was all at Camp Mountain Run out in Penfield. Swimming, camping, first aid. There was the polar bear swim. We did a polar bear swim. That was, it was kind of cheating though, because it was in a heated pool. We did it in winter, but it was at a heated pool. So I've got like all of those, and then in another one I have all of my ribbons from track and field.
Oh, nice.
And I was looking through that a little bit earlier. Basketball schedules, and you'll get a kick out of this because I'm pretty sure you were there. This is a ribbon commemorating the opening
Bridge.
Of the Hogback Bridge. Do you have one of those?
I don't know if I have that, but somewhere buried in this mess, I still have the little. It was a little like the paper. I still have that.
Oh, okay. May 11th, 1990.
Nice.
That was a little bridge that did they redo it, or it was like a...
They rebuilt it, yes.
Yeah,
they rebuilt
and we were there for like the ribbon cutting ceremony. And
Mr. Wallace is the one that took us there. And then his buddy, it was his buddy or something who could burp the alphabet and was sitting out the window going...
I don't remember that.
I remember that like it's now because it's that.
All right, keep going.
Okay, well, I'm still digging because
Okay.
there's a couple things I want to wait for. I don't know, I'm a collector, I guess, besides hoarder. I'm a collector I started to collect keychains.
Oh, yes. I know I'm going to find some in there.
Here's that.
Oh, there's your cards. Yes.
There's the micro cards that I got. And I don't know where I got this. This was an address book from Hershey Park when we went. Nice. And I still have. Let me see who I have here. I have you. 765-4971 or 4971. Do you remember which one that was? Was that Hyde?
That is still my dad's number.
Okay, that's good. Christy, I don't know who Christy is. Oh, my cousin. Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Leaf 1392. Matt and Mike. Jenny. My cousin. Beard Oil Company. Dodge, the Dodge Garage. Not that I ever did.
Let me see the pictures. Because isn't it like a reel of Hershey Park?
Yeah.
That's funny. You actually have them upside down, I think.
It's supposed to probably be like this.
Ah, there we go. That's actually pretty cool. What else on your keychain?
Let me see. I don't know where this came from. It's a little leather dove. Mm-hmm. Got a compass. Like I need that, but Dodgers. My CB handle for a while was Dodger. So I never really cared about baseball or the team, but this was the closest I could do to get stickers for myself.
Did I see
can opener?
What else did I see there?
There's a
from Canada? Was that one from our trip?
Yep. Where'd it go? There, yeah. Oh, Canada. I paid $2.99 for it. The sticker's still there.
Nice.
And I have... These are my Pontiac keys.
Oh, yes. I still have, I think, mine. It might be in the box.
Oh, I have a Dodge emblem, the old original Dodge emblem, wherever it went there.
Nice.
So, yeah,
I've got some Gettysburg postcards. If you...
I remember going there.
There's the tower.
Well, I remember you saw the bullet.
Yeah. I probably have a bullet somewhere. Got some postcards from Gettysburg. I know those were...
Oh. This is my poster you sent me. I'll probably never get it back in this tube. Oh no,
Oh,
these are the photos. These are the photos. You remember we had that contest?
for your website.
Contest?
Yes, I still
And
have
then
that one hanging in my
I made a frame for
office.
this girl that won it and never wanted it.
Here we go. No turning back. The junior senior banquet.
Yeah.
That was. This was junior year, 1993, at the Clearfield Best Western.
Need that, yeah. Oh,
Immediately following the banquet will be gym time from 9 to 12 for volleyball, basketball games, and videos.
I think it was that
stuff.
I think it was that dinner that I was supposed to take, what's his name, Mike,
mm-hmm.
and someone else. I was supposed to take them with me up to the gym, and Mike jumped in my red truck,
mm-hmm.
and
that's Cub Scouts. Wow.
He's jumped on the gas. He didn't know he did it. Looking back, I know it was all accidental, but the gas pedal sat really close to that hump, the middle hump there, and he's sitting it, and he keeps revving the engine. It goes, and I keep, Mike, I'm yelling at him, and he's like, what? And I started punching his leg. Dude, you're gonna blow my engine. He's like, oh, I thought that was you. I'm like, no, get off my gas.
Okay.
Dude was whatever.
Oh yes.
I have two things of letters and cards. I don't know why I'm saving cards, but like birthday.
Yeah,
cards.
I've got some like notes and stuff that were passed and letters. Oh, here is the. We talked about this in the first episode. The letter.
The letter that you sent me.
The letter that I got. It had you up here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not.
Yeah.
So it was from you. That's also
like
got Jim Carnes up here, too. I don't know who. But this was about the book club.
I know who Jim Carnes is. He was my childhood buddy back in the day.
This is the book club for children. Would you like to receive 36 golden books? Yes. So, buy one for 49 cents, and then send it to a child whose name is at the left of this page. So that was you. As you copy this letter, then remove the left name. And I can't read it. Something on the right in its place. Anyway.
So I was big into car posters. And car books, especially Dodge.
Oh, good timing.
So, I kept this because they were trying to hide this. I guess in its test. Here's the Plymouth Prowler.
Oh, nice.
And look at the way they tried to hide it. They put the Jeep chassis or body on it.
What?
Yeah. Whatever.
Well, speaking of cars, check this out. I put this up on Instagram one time. This is a piece of glass.
You showed that at the fair.
I won this at Kerwinsville Days way back when. I think there's a year on it, actually. I'm going to get it out and risk breaking it. But 1983.
Yeah.
It's just a, artistic piece of glass with a awesome picture of what I thought was Kit probably at the time.
Yeah. I had one of these. Never thought I'd ever actually own it. I had this. Yeah.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
I got I have an Eagle Talon poster here somewhere.
Here is, we were talking about the last episode. There's my autographed picture of Jackie Velasquez from when she was at,
You didn't happen to record that, did you? Your interview?
I think I did somewhere. Oh, here's a keychain. This is, LA Gear. I think I put this up on Instagram one time too, and I don't know what key this is. It's a True Value key. Could be a spare.
Probably.
Here you go. Here's a little handheld Radio Shack game.
Yep. That's all mine.
Space Blaster. I wonder if it still works. It takes those little, like, hearing aid batteries.
So me being the Dukes of Hazzard nut, I know I'm pretty sure I've shown this before.
Oh, there's your napkins.
Look, I have a stack too. And the bed sheets.
Oh, wow. Kept those preserved.
I did.
I got like a stack of them.
This is from the radio station I worked at WINU. We did a country show. Anyway, called Country Crossroads. So I took the CDs because they would ditch them after that. So, I called it my invisible calculator because I lost the nameplate. And I was the only one that knew where all the stuff was.
So I was more of a sports nut than you. If you remember these Panini sticker books back in the day,
yep.
I have some of the other, like Voltron, and I had He-Man at one point too, but I think this was the only one I ever completed because it actually came with a set of completed stickers.
Nice.
The 1990-91 NBA book. There you go.
Very nice.
So I got 2 basketball and a baseball one there. And then I've got some programs from, like, I think these are probably my first Pirates games. We went to Pittsburgh. My uncle took me 1991 there. Doug Drabeck, who won the Cy Young Award. And I have a T-shirt I got somewhere in there. Nick Lyons. I think I think Carl actually gave me tickets to a Penn State game.
Oh, nice.
While I was there, and that was, I think, one of my first games. He had like 50-yard line seats. I mean, they were awesome seats. But they were playing like let's see. That was after that. That was Minnesota in 97, so that's long after I was done there. But, yeah, I remember him giving me tickets one time to Penn State.
For a short time.
Oh, my God. Go ahead.
For a short time, I started collecting the Garfield comics out of the paper.
Uh-huh.
So I have a stack of them here.
Oh, sweet.
Just all the old, like the spider,
comic
remember
strips.
the spider gag? That he would go on with the spider. There was some of them in here. Here's the one. This one is, it's time for the weather, but there was no weather today. Hey, this job is easy when you don't get out of your chair. Of course, Garfield says, "Tell me about it." That's just one of the comments.
I used to screw with our English teacher and do homework, and I would like literally turn the page like almost sideways and then like write in like really long strokes for our homework. Nice. And I don't think this was for her, but because this is like song lyrics. The Police, Crash Test Dummies, and the Muppet Show theme song. I don't know why I have this, but it's in that style. I don't know if it was for an assignment or something. Nice. Why I kept it.
Here's another one of my carts.
There you go.
It says the Billboard, which I don't know what I did. I have to put it in my cart machine here and see what it is.
How about the 1989 revision to the Pennsylvania Hunter Trapper Education Manual?
I had that. I don't know if I still do, but I had it.
This was like
hunter safety class.
Yeah, when we did our hunter safety course, we had to go through this and learn all the safety tips to get our hunting license when we were too young. I don't know, what was it, 12 years old, 13?
Yeah, 12, you could start it.
Gosh. I have a 1991 Niagara Falls calendar.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at what I got.
I think I visited there that year.
When you came up to go to the Arch.
Yeah. Oh, really? Ticket stubs.
Ticket stub. Dang, come on, fingers. Right there.
Nice. That was a fun little jaunt.
It was. was. I still have an old fishing license from '98. I don't know why I still have that.
Oh, dude, I found it.
Oh, my Warner Brothers ticket. I got to see the Warner Brothers studios.
Nice. Here, now, our first jobs episode, there's my work manual from that summer job I had.
Oh, wow.
This was in 1993, so I was a junior in high school. Oh, wow. This book is edited by putting words in like freaking, shoot, dang, crap, fudge, etc. The reason being for your convenience and reading pleasure.
Nice.
Manufactured for boring and stupid purposes. Wow.
Oh, look. So, I should do it right. Oh, look. So, no kidding. Okay, back to the CPA jobs. Going through our AP wire. I pulled this off the AP wire.
Oh, nice.
This is where this is from. It reads, Stooges families to MGM Grand. Wise guy A, Los Angeles. Even in death, Mo has apparently been getting the best of Larry and Curly. Heirs of two of the three Stooges have sued the MGM Grand for $1 million. They claim the Stooges' likenesses were used in performances at the hotel and theme park without compensation. Grandchildren of the late Larry Fine and the widow of Curly Joe, Dorita, claim they were excluded from a licensing agreement between the hotel and descendants of the head stooge, Mo Howard. Awesome.
I got to read some of these entries in here. July 29th, 1993. Since I wrote a book the last time, I'm going to make today's short and to the point. I swept and shoveled. Then we swept and shoveled. Then we swept and shoveled. Get the point? All the sweeping and shoveling was caused by all the rain washing dirt and stones on the road.
Nice. My baseball cards are in here.
Oh, yeah? I got some of those in the garage.
I got 3 of those boxes full of them. And what is this? I got a pink slip to something.
A fun yet boring day. I ripped my shirt on a garbage dumpster. Long story. Russ ran a nail in his big toe. Other than that, it was a pretty good day. I didn't hardly do anything.
Nice.
I can't wait till I get paid again. I know, we just got paid. But I need to spend some more money. I only have $30 left. I guess that's still a lot. I'll leave you with one last thing. I wish people would stop trying to set me up with someone. Oh, wow. I went on a little rant there. I'm not going to repeat that.
Oh, really? That bad, huh? I found the pink slip to my Pontiac.
That was after that junior senior banquet. Oh, nice. There you go.
I'm sure I have all the keys to every car, though.
I've got a patch for the 10th annual Alliance Wild Game Banquet.
Oh, yes. We talked about that.
Yeah,
School memories.
This
I showed you a while ago, but I'm going to show it for the audience. I found this. I stumbled upon this in actually my toy box collection. This is a flyer insert. One of my original Transformers.
I've seen that image before. That's glorious.
And then on the back, it has the toy line.
Very cool. Yeah. There's the Wild Game Banquet. Oh, there it is. The Hall Pass.
There you go.
I stole the Hall Pass. Wow. There's a Kennywood ticket from 1993. The Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission. What is this? Some ticket to some museum.
So, do you remember? You might remember this. I got you guys. I think it was you and someone else that would always comment. But I would wear this identical shirt
Uh-huh.
to gym class, every Friday. And I kept it because I just wore it all that time, and it was a big memory.
Cool.
My book report from '88, helicopters.
Nice. Oh, here's our senior banquet program.
Yep.
Modeled after Bon Jovi's song "Keep the Faith."
I'm surprised that got passed. Here's the other Hershey's thing. Remember these?
Oh, they smell like chocolate, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Oh, crap.
They still do.
Oh, look. There you go.
There I am.
1989, 8th grade.
I also did. I kept this. So this is like a VU meter.
Yeah.
And I found the kit, and it's supposed. I was trying to make Knight Rider.
Uh-huh.
Except it was green. That's the only ones they had.
I've got 3 letters from PFC Washburn. From Fort Benning, Georgia. Our buddy Tom. I kept those. What is in here?
This was my hat while I. Oh, Jesus, so dark.
Oh, here you go. I think I bought that when I visited you in St. Louis.
Yeah, this is when I did a short stint in the Civil Air Patrol.
Nice.
Orange cap, but it's disintegrated inside the styrofoam.
I have some of my old caps, the Little League caps and stuff.
There's my Penn State caps. I have 2 of them, actually.
Here's a postcard I got at the radio station, WTXR.
Oh, nice.
The Newsboys in their Christmas.
I even got a Hershey's hat.
Here's one from you.
Where was I there?
The Alamo Dome, San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, basic and tech school, yeah.
Yo, Jason, just in case you didn't know, this is the stadium where I was at when I watched the Spurs game.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
It is huge on the inside. Feel free to show Bob and whoever wants to know. I got you something, but I got to find a box. From the guy down south, Wonder Wyatt. Wow.
I have a deck of Pennsylvania playing cards.
Oh, yeah?
And my books. My mom gave me this only a few years ago, but these were my childhood books. I have like 6 of them or so.
Oh, cool.
That she read to me when I was a kid.
All right, now it's going to get interesting. Wow. I have, like, shattered glass in here. I don't know why. I don't know if it was from a wreck or something, or I've got, looks like rocks I panned for. There's a matchbook to my cousin's wedding in 1991.
I got the parking permit at my when I was at Scott Air Force Base, which I don't know why we need a parking permit, but we did it. And I have the when my grandpap died in '07, I have his little in honor of paper, whatever it is.
Would you like a real cheese magnet? I have no idea where that came from.
Oh,
yeah, because here's like a reflector from like a piece of a car. I don't know why I've got
that from your Pontiac, maybe.
I never crashed my Pontiac. It might have been from my mom's Subaru. Oh, this is okay. This is just weird.
This is an outfit my mom made me. I think for a Christmas party or something.
Uh-huh.
And then on the back, because I was so into my dad being a trucker, she sewed the Exxon patch onto the truck.
Ah, nice.
Back.
I do have a key for my first car. I know that's because there is a label on it. But I also have the little tag from the keychain when I bought it.
Yeah, nice.
Can't really see it. 1990 Pontiac SE 6000 Blue.
Nice. This is another outfit when I was a baby. Oh! This got in here. I bought this on eBay a few years ago.
Nice.
It's an Airwolf helicopter, like Matchbox size.
I have the schedule for the 1992-93 season for the Harrisburg Heat. Pure soccer, nothing added. I think I might have got that at the farm show.
Got a couple T-shirts.
Oh, there we go. There is my my hunting training tag license.
I guess I typed this from maintenance. This is the
December
systematic
1989.
Systematic inspection for a deuce and a half.
Nice.
I would have taken this from Camp when I was at Camp Humphreys.
When did
and
we
I
go
got
to...
a plate. I even got a plate from there. I don't know if you can really see it very well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
When did we go to Washington, D.C. on our field trip? Like school trip? Was that like 8th grade?
I think, like 8th grade, I think, is when it happened.
There's a ticket from our tour.
Nice.
Of the the United States Capitol.
Found a few actually. From my original Sorry game. Back when I was growing up, I still have some of the original cards in there.
Pictures of my cousin. I have a Steelers pin that I used in class with the helmet on there.
Oh.
I think these are my movie tickets. Yes. Jackpot.
This was my grandparents' property.
Cool. It's like an aerial shot.
Yeah, so just a little telling there. This was a barn back in its day, and I remember it being burnt down purposely. It was like a hazard. It was going to fall down anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This was their first garage. It was terrible. There was still an outhouse on the property up until I was a teenager. This is an old chicken coop that turned into a storage shed. I remember my dad and uncle building this garage. There was a wood shed right here.
Mm-hmm.
This little house was quite literally a two-room house with a little tiny, a closet of a pantry. No nothing. No water, no electric, no nothing. Had a fireplace in it. Some relative, I don't know, lived in there for a while, like as basically a guest house.
Okay, so I got a ticket for Penn State versus Indiana homecoming of 1995. I think that was the one that Carl gave me. And
Nice.
If you want, there's a free 32-ounce Pepsi fountain soda at Unimart, Blimpie, if you need to redeem that. You remember going to the Johnstown Chiefs hockey?
No.
Did you ever go?
No.
That was a game in 96. 96.
This is when I worked at WINU. This is a ticket stub for going to a monster truck rally there in St. Louis. He gave me free tickets to go to.
Nice.
Oh.
Here is, speaking of, trying to see what this is for. Joey Chitwood's Chevy Thunder Show.
Yeah.
In 1993 at the Clearfield County Fair.
So again, I'm still a Stooge fan. And
Joey Chitwood 94.
This was in my box. And this guy.
Nice.
This is the one him and I still kind of rattle off. Hey, are you smoking? No, but the pipe is.
Hey, there's a skee ball coupon for Hershey Park.
Hey, there you go.
1 ticket.
What's in this? Oh, this is the one I thought was in that other tube. This is the one that our buddy Paul Pamphilone gave us. You have one right behind you there, the Spectrum mask.
Oh, yes, you have the other one.
I have the Venom mask, and I've taped it up.
Oh, wow. I've got like probably 24 Ritz tickets here.
Oh, I got a surprise in here. I didn't know I had a surprise in here. It's from Jason. I didn't know I had a surprise from Jason. Come on out of here. You put in here, Garbage Pail Kid.
Oh, that was actually from Paul, I think.
Oh, so then he sent these all to me.
Yeah, those.
I
those
thought this was from
some
you.
other stickers.
Yeah.
Yep, that was his old logo.
Oh, there's this one too on the back.
Swivel arms, I think. Yep.
But I got the Venom hat.
Show him the
I'm trying to get it out.
Viper.
Yeah, Viper.
Man, the Du Bois Theater tickets I can barely make out. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Here we go.
Nice. You need to frame that puppy.
I need a room to frame that puppy.
There's the Matt Tracker one right there.
Yeah, that's sweet.
All right, so you ready to hear some movies?
Movies, yeah. I don't have any ticket stubs. I'm sure I saved them at one point, but
yeah. See, I've got all of these ticket stubs right here from the Ritz, and I wrote on the back what movie I went and saw. And this is around the high school years, so they don't go back to the 80s, I don't think. But there is Speed, Ace Ventura, The Naked Gun.
33 and a third? That's the one I went to go see with you.
Which one it is.
That
was at the Du Bois Theater.
Yeah, I went to the Naked Gun 33 and a third, and I was completely lost. And you kept looking at me like, well, how are you not getting all this? I said, I've not watched any of the Naked Guns. And you were like, yeah, you got to watch the other ones to get this one.
There's Jumanji and Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. This one is Toy Story, and this was the one, I don't know if I ever told that story on this show, but we went to see Toy Story when it first came out. I was in college. I was at this Dollar Theater over in Clemson, South Carolina, near the college campus over there. We walk in. We was late to the show because we had to drive like 30 minutes or something. And so we had to sit down front. We were like 2 rows from the front. I don't think there's anybody in the very front row. So we're, kind of like this, watching the movie. And then where the emergency exit is to the left, the door opens. And somebody walks in. I see this like spark or flicker. And they go running back out the door. Well, they had lit a like Roman candle or some kind of fireworks thing right in the middle of the theater. And, it started sparking and stuff. We hit the seats, like we got down because we had no idea, what it was.
Right.
But by the time we figured out, it's just somebody playing a practical joke, the whole theater is like filled with smoke. And we're sitting like 2 rows from the front and we could barely see the screen. And the management comes running in. All right, somebody needs to grow up and, what's going on here? And we're like, they went that way. And so we didn't get to see the.
You didn't do it right. They went that way. That ain't no bull.
Well, they didn't. We ended up being able to watch the movie because had to clear out. But there is. I'm just going to run through these real quick. Forrest Gump, The Coneheads. That was 93.
Yep.
Home Alone 2, Wayne's World, Natural Born Killers, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Beverly Hillbillies, Wayne's World 2, The Mask, Amos and Andrew, Dumb and Dumber, Demolition Man, Cliffhanger, Billy Madison, Alive, and Speed 2. Those are all from the Ritz. So that was like junior, senior year. Some of those are rated R. I don't know how I got into those.
Yeah. Well, I'm laughing. I was laughing really hard there for a little bit. The reason being, he said Amos and Andrew. There's a scene in Two Stooges where they go, "Hi, Amos. Hi, Andy. How's lightning? I don't know, but I think it's going to strike any minute now. Yes, hallelujah." And I was cracking up there. I found old
prices on these crack me up.
Old license plates.
Oh, yeah, I've got some of those out in the garage.
This is from my Dakota, my 94 Dakota. These other two, I don't know what the heck they're from. This one says commercial, and I think Dad said this was what they put on Old Red first.
Mm-hmm.
They licensed it as a commercial truck, and it's obviously not a commercial truck.
I've made it through one box, that small box.
Oh, I have a script from that I wrote for my church out in Idaho. A Christmas to Remember, but it was a different take on like any other theatrical that might be out there. And I have a folder from my wife, like cards and stuff, keepsakes from them.
I'm going to open up, get to maybe a few things in this other box, and then I think we're coming up on an hour already.
Yeah. And then I got me and my love for Clearfield, I found another postcard of Clearfield, like a fall picture.
Here you go.
Oh, yeah, that's when we went up.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
How it's retained its shape is because I have a can inside. Check this out.
Crystal Pepsi.
One of the original cans.
Oh, I had a can collection. You remember when Pepsi came out with those funky cans?
Yeah, like the neon designs and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept them. I drank them, but I kept them. And I think my mom threw them out.
Nice. How about a football brush?
Yeah, no.
No? What do you use this for? Like a lint brush? It's like thick bristles. You wouldn't like use it for your hair.
I guess.
I probably played with that more than I actually would ever used it.
I'm trying to figure out where all these cards.
I like to keep like little boxes. Here's a chocolates box that I kept just to throw junk in. Oh, here we go. Here's some keychains for you. How about a little cap gun pistol?
There you go.
You could actually put a little cap on there and, like, oh, this one. Okay, so this is a basketball keychain. And this thing is heavy. This is like solid metal. I remember having it in my backpack, and I was swinging it around one day, and I nailed, I think it was one of the Green brothers with it. Can't remember which one. And I thought he was going to like die. There's a bullet keychain.
I had one of those at one point.
Penn State. Of course. Oh, here. Remember these little mini helmets in the, you would get in the, those little bubble things, They had the little mini NFL helmets. There's the San Francisco 49ers.
Very nice.
Still have one of those. Oh, now here is the, yes. This came from Gettysburg. So this is the little, I was talking about this, I think, on our field trips episode, where it's a little TV, but on the back, you kind of look through it, and it's like a little Viewmaster. So you look through there, and then there's a button on the bottom you hit to change the image. I think there's like maybe 4 images. Oh, I can still see it. Lincoln Speech Memorial, Soldiers National Monument, the Eisenhower Home, Little Round Top, the National Tower, and the Eternal Peace Light. Okay.
Nice.
I'm good.
I'm going through these cards just out of curiosity. There's one from you.
Oh yeah? There's a basketball. I think I did get this 1994 when we were done with the season. Go ahead.
No, it was from me to you, and I guess it never got to you. Okay.
There we go. I had a thing for Marvin the Martian for a while there.
Yeah.
He was like one of my favorite characters. Keychain. There's another keychain.
Nice.
Oh, here's one that broke. I bought this one on our senior trip. It was a keychain license plate and had my name in the Los Angeles Lakers that I loved. I got a lot of pocket knives. Do you have a lot of pocket knives? There you go. Pontiac.
Yeah.
That was my keychain for the longest time. I got like a crap ton of pocket knives.
Oh, look what I came across for you.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that was from the Progress?
Yeah.
That was an engagement picture. Yep.
That's right.
There's a checklist for my Donruss baseball cards. I was trying to keep track of which ones I needed. Wow. 1991. Donruss. I still got those cards. Gosh. I knew I had that little TV set. Oh, we found some Casingles.
More Casingles?
Yeah, I got some out there. I forgot I had more. My stereo. Okay, you ready for some tunes? Here we go. The Fine Young Cannibals, Good Thing. Fine Young Cannibals, She Drives Me Crazy. Rolling Stones, Love is Strong. Sting, Fields of Gold. CNC Music Factory, Here We Go.
There you go.
I don't remember that one. The only one I remember is going to make you sweat. The London Beat, I've Been Thinking About You. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a Petra mixtape. Bryan Adams, Please Forgive Me. Billy Joel, The River of Dreams. That might have been played in your car when that bass...
That's exactly what it was.
And Tears for Fears, Break It Down Again. That was one of our favorites. I love Casingles. I probably got like 9. At least, I would say 2 dozen. Okay, this is cool. I don't know how these have survived, but they have. My dad gave them to me just, I don't know, in the last couple of years. Back in the day, like in the 80s, ceramics was like a thing. And I don't know, it seemed like my mother was obsessed with trying to like make ceramics. And it wasn't necessarily making the actual thing, but like painting them, you know. She'd go to a class, and I've got a collection of Smurfs. This one is, well, Brainy, of course. They're horribly inaccurate. But this one, you can tell, his head actually fell off and I had to glue it. So I have Brainy. I don't know if I painted these or if she painted these for me. The one that gets me is Papa Smurf. Because look. What is wrong? He's got a white hat.
Yeah.
He needs a red hat. Come on.
Well, the beard looks like he's trying to shave is what that looks like.
Exactly. This must have been my mom's painting, because I think I would have known better that, hey, Papa has a red hat, not just the pants. So I've got like 4 of those. I got Vanity in there.
I'm trying to go through quickly. I think I'm out of memorabilia book stuff. I do box. I do have a lot more up in my shed. My toy collection is probably still considered a memorabilia box in that regard too. But yeah. Oh, I have postcards from the Chapel 8 back in Basic. When they had postcards, I guess.
Oh, hey, here we go. Here's my tassels.
Yeah, you need that. I still have mine. I come across it every now and then.
Oh, this is my wife's. We have some mixed stuff in here. That's 1995. So that was not me. Why does she have 2? Did she graduate twice? There's a Walmart pocket knife. There's another small pocket knife. Pocket knife, pocket knife. Weird. Oh, mine are, that's right, mine are on my dresser. I still have the, from high school and from college. And what is in this? Oh, good Lord. You guys are going to love this. Well, here's one thing. This is the Grice Museum, like...
Their pamphlets, yeah.
Yeah, their story, basically. There's a museum in our hometown. It's mainly cars.
I've never set foot in that place.
I've been in there twice. Once, like, legit. It's got, it's based on this guy, Scoot Grice, who, I don't know if he owned the service station, but he, like, recreated the service station that, he either worked at or owned, back in the, I don't know when that was, probably the 50s. And then he had his little mini car collection in there. And then I went back in after the snow...
Caved it in.
Incident, yes. And it caved the roof in and damaged some of the cars. But here's the other picture. This is my my Little League Baseball picture. What year?
I have a card here with a...
I got two. Oh, crap. It's stuck. Oh, no.
I have a newsletter from you guys and a Christmas card from December of 2004. Holiday greetings from Georgia. Blah, 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 blah. And then at the end, it shows your old email address, iamgross@talkamerria.net. America.net.
Okay, so here's a Little League picture. Let's see. There I am, down front. Me and that was my neighborhood buddy Tim.
Yeah.
Talked about in my memoir. And then if you remember we did a rankum on 1988 music. I talked about my Little League coach and how he was an influence on my music of the time. There he is. Bibby. That was 88, and then that one was 89. Where am I in this one? I'm usually down front because I was short. Actually, no, there we were. Both of us. I think I visited your house a couple times wearing my uniform, and y'all dropped me off at the...
Just once, I remember. That was the day. That was the day we were throwing rocks at the trash.
Oh, yeah. It was like washing machine and stuff down below you there.
So I picked this card up because at one time I owned a 55 Ford Fairlane, and I caught this.
Uh-huh.
And it's a 55 Ford Fairlane for a card.
Cool.
It's not going to anybody. I just picked it up because of that. Going through and seeing if there's anything like letters that are like interesting or not.
Oh, here we go. There's a few things. There's a old Pennsylvania plate.
Oh yeah.
I might have put that on my bike. I'm not sure. Here's a pack of Strasburg Railroad playing cards.
Nice.
And then this little thing has a fun story. Here's a football.
Yeah.
That is signed by the band Audio Adrenaline.
Oh, nice.
They're a Christian rock band. So we went to the show. I think I was through free tickets. I worked at WTXR. And we went over to the campus of Clemson in their like basketball arena to the show. And they have that one song called Big House.
Yep.
And they talk about, my father's house and playing football. And somebody, I don't know who in the world had this. They were tossing it around in the crowd, okay? So they're tossing this football around while they're singing the song. And it made it up on stage, I think, once. And then he threw it towards us, and I caught it. And I'm like, I'm not giving this up. And then after the show, they were doing an autograph session, so I got the whole band to sign it as a souvenir. So
very nice.
I've kept that tucked away. Let's see if I got anything else interesting in here before we decide to hang it up.
Call it, yeah. I'm still seeing if I can find anything.
Oh, here you go. I think this was my first flip phone. The Sony Ericsson from Singular. I think that was my first flip phone. Oh my gosh.
So if I put those in my memorabilia box, I still have my, they call it candy bar, that I started with back in 2001, 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Up until just a few years ago, I still have my bag phone that I had when I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
I finally just got rid of it.
I had, it wasn't a bag phone, but it was one with the antenna that I used in college. And, oh my gosh, what is this? I think this is a college ID. There's my wife. There's me. Oh, that was a Georgia driver's license. You keep any of your old driver's license pictures?
I still do. It's buried now. I'm putting everything back.
That was early 2000s.
Nice.
Not very old. Oh, not very old by my standards. But I think that's going to about do it for me, brother.
Yeah, I'm scrounging, and I'm not. I wish I could find. I wish I had more access. I still have stuff in my one of my boxes up in the shed. There's not.
You need a CD visor with the Dale Earnhardt number 3 on it.
I don't. I'm sure you do.
There's a mixtape. That had to be from. I think that was from QYX.
What was it? You said something. I just had a blip of what I had. For a long time.
Here.
Anyway, there it is. There it is. It's not what I thought. You sent me this. This is proof.
Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck is what you called me in high school, and you got me this card.
Birthday card?
Look at this, dude.
Short on words, but long on wishes. Happy. Spend this money wisely. What is that? What am I pointing to on the dog's back there?
You just said Wyatt.
Oh, so you're the dog.
I guess I am. I used to have those paper footballs in here, and I don't know. Maybe I finally tossed them. I didn't think I did.
Oh, yeah. That was, I think we talked about that story.
We did.
School memories.
I had the hat, too, as well.
All right, so I guess let's wrap it up, man.
Yeah, I'm still thinking I might come.
We had a lot more, I don't know. That was fun. We found some pretty cool stuff in there. I don't know if anybody else is gonna care as much as we do about some of that stuff, but.
But you guys, this is. I mean, obviously it's about Jason and I. Typically, is what these come down to. But
yeah,
our hope is, and it has when we get the comments that you are triggered by your own memories, and maybe this will get you to really rediscover your past, your youth, and share it with us. That's the part of it that we want is
break out your memory boxes.
Break out your memory boxes and tell us. I remember getting this thing, this coin, or whatever it is. That would be so awesome to share and see.
Singles laying around. Wow. There's a few more things in there, but I don't think anything really interesting. Some old magazines and some of it was my wife's stuff from, her dad was in Desert Storm. She collected like magazines and newspaper articles and stuff.
Oh, wow.
T-shirt in there. Okay. Yeah, well, that was fun, man.
I'm running thin. I've gone through all this, and I've come across like cards from my uncle, my grandparents that have now passed.
I've got a stack of birthday cards, stuff like that too. I don't know why I've kept them over the years. I always check them for like money when I go back through there. Is there a check laying around for
Did I
$20?
miss something?
You know?
Did I miss a 5 somewhere?
How did this check, hit the bank account 20 years later?
But,
Family
yeah,
calling. Yeah.
I've done the same thing. But yeah, like we said, this is just really for. I've talked about this. I think there was an old Clearfield Monopoly style game that you could get at the county fair. This is eons ago. This is when I still lived in Dorr Street, so that's dating it. It had like the Clearfield McDonald's as one of the placemats, and the True Value and whatever else was Malloy's True Value. So I haven't found it. I don't know where that ended up in our moves and whatever else. I came across this, and this is actually one of those cards, and it's made by G and J Ideas. So I'm gonna have to Google these guys. So it's a profit card, and it says, "Ouch! Inflation sets in. Lose 1 turn." That's my thing.
It was like Clearfield Monopoly, yeah.
It was. I remember it was cool. They came out with another Clearfield. It's not Monopoly. It's on a board, and that's about all the resemblance there is. It works off of like the stock exchange and investments more than it does like just buying properties like a house or something. I played it. There's 4 variations in the rule books of how you play it. Basically, it's just like easy to advanced.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not even. I have to say I have it, but it's not worth playing, sadly. But,
that could be a future memory jogger. Board games. We played a few board games in our day.
Did we talk about? I don't think we've had this chat. I know
How
it's on
about
our
board
list
games?
of board and card games.
Yeah, that would be a fun one to do. What else? I was just thinking it's time to kind of think about what we want to do next, and it's your turn. So
it is. That one just jogged me on when I almost do that one. I don't know. I need to pull up the list.
I'm trying to think if we had talked about anything.
I keep talking about
recently.
phone battles. I know that. I think that would actually be a very short.
Yeah, I was trying to think how else we could spin that one to include the little tidbits in there. I'm trying to think about adding like novelty phones or what else we could do. We could do about that. It's not the list.
That's what I'm looking at it right now.
That's notes for our Christmas toy. Or no, that was our toy box episode on our Christmas gifts. Where is the list?
MJ podcast ideas.
Okay. Got too many documents here in this folder.
I guess we can cancel this out now, finally. Radio broadcasting.
Yeah.
On the gamut. I think that now.
Winter activities. We're a long way from winter down here.
Yeah.
We had an overall topic of movies. Some of our... Well, we did the VHS episode.
Did I not strike it out? Yeah, I struck it out. I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to do the board games and card games.
Okay.
Now that we've talked about it.
That would be... I'd be definitely up for that. I guess we went over our toy box.
For the most part, yeah.
We haven't done our video games.
No, that'd be a good,
consoles.
another good one. I could drag that out.
We got one noted in here for TV commercials. Of course, seasonal stuff. We talked about WPIX doing a show on specifically that
Yeah,
TV
that'd
network.
be fun.
Yeah, there's some other ones here. Essentially, us hanging out, grandparents' house. There's one in here for snacks, candy that we liked.
Oh man, I could Dr. Pepper gum, tea-berry gum. That was some good stuff there.
Yeah, I'm looking at your phone battles here. Types of phones. Yeah, we might be able to squeeze a show out of that. I don't know.
It'd be probably a short show, which might actually be a little bit of a relief for some people because we get into 2-hour chat sessions with these things. But I think it would be fun too because just describing what we used to do, I think the longest conversation would probably be your PBS telethon one.
Yeah.
But we've talked about that too in the Meet the Hosts.
Did we? Childhood foods, family vacations. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the board games, card games that we enjoyed growing up.
That sounds like a winner for me. I'm all down for that.
Cool. Well, let's book it, man.
Oh, one last thing. I just remembered I brought down some basic training. This is my Lackland. They call it the Lackland laser, but it's your flashlight with a little light on the cone a little bit.
Uh-huh.
It never worked right, and I still remember to this day. You know, I'm sitting there going, "It's not working right. It's not working right." And the guy says, "These are the greatest things in the world. They're easy to fix." And he drops it, and it quit flickering. So I've kept it ever since. Gave it to Adam to play around with. He thinks it's the coolest thing ever because he has a flashlight.
Well,
I think that's what we'll do is our board and card games.
Yes. I remember having several growing up, some obscure ones. And I still got some from like just going to thrift shops and stuff. I might have to break some out. And then basically the ones that we played the most growing up, and we even did on our road trip to 40. I remember we brought some board games along and played in the hotel. And oh man, we also played some card games too. Some familiar ones and some probably not so familiar ones.
Yeah.
And those were some battles, man.
Oh, they
One
were.
game in particular, I remember that we just would play every time we got together. So I'm down for that. We've already talked
about it, but yeah, that was fun. I gotta teach Adam more board and card games. The problem is he already has he doesn't want to lose, so he hates the game once we starts to lose. Oh, this is terrible! He starts whining. I'm like, I'm done. But I want to play. Well, not if you're wanting to whine about it. So.
Yep, got to teach him the sportsmanship.
That's it. But I love it. Man, my wife doesn't like. My son gets it honestly. My wife doesn't like to lose either, so she doesn't want to play. So just saying.
We'll just keep that between us then.
Oh, she knows it. She's transparent about it.
All right,
so,
well, let's
that wraps it up. Yeah.
Get us out of here.
So, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching our latest Memory Jogger podcast. Once again, this was recorded just a couple days after our broadcasting episode, so we will be probably having 2 sets of comments to read on our next episode, which will be our board and card games. So please feel free to jump in. Add your comments to rediscoverthe80s.com. Give us a like or follow us on Twitter. Add us on our Facebook page, and that's just to name a few. If you're going to use $1 million computer to read a 25-cent newspaper, be well informed. I think it's time to get the lady. Beats all that you'll never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day we were born. And I love it when a plan comes together. So thanks for running down with us on Memory Jogger. Trying to get my favorite shows.
Yeah, your
liners.
Catchphrases.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching over there on YouTube and going through some of our memories here. I know they might, like I said, might not all be relevant to everybody, but maybe there's a few little things in there you remember from your childhood and want to share. Leave a comment, and we just appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah, again, this is all for you guys. It's us, obviously, him and I just jogging around memories, but I tell you what, this can jog up a lot of things. I'm sure we've already got the comments that, hey, I remember this or I remember that. And so that's exactly what this is for. Just, get a spark under your hat and say what cooks. So, yeah, again, thank you for watching and listening to us ramble on and going on 50 bunny trails like we do sometimes. And hope you enjoyed us going down memory lane once again.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
See ya.